Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The Pies win 63-108. The full 12-month timeline that shows us we are well beyond where we have been in the last, particularly in 2024. And we are a serious prospect now. Even more than what we have been. How many players did we have out? Schultz, McStay, Pendlebury, Bobby Hill, Geordie DeGoey, Darcy Moore. Brazzy Maynard subbed out in the first quarter. I mean, that's half of your starting 23 that you hope to take into your final series. Guys, if you want to jump on the show, here is the Discord link. And we'll get you into the show. Have a word. I welcome anyone. If you're new to this, it's just a talkback show, really. Just to share our thoughts and gather together and have a yarn. Let's see. Allow. Ella Manny. One second. Hold on. Go again?
Hello, you there?
Oh, yeah. I'm there.
How you feeling, mate?
Fuck, mate. I had to tuck my third leg between my legs in that fourth quarter to keep it down.
Yeah, well, for the first half I nearly had an aneurysm. Yeah, first half I nearly had a stroke. I'm telling you, the pressure in my head was about to explode. Absolute arrogance of the highest level. First half, they went inside the change rooms and they got absolutely baked. I guarantee you, 100%. Fly baked them.
You reckon?
Oh yeah, because I saw him sitting on the seat. He was sitting down on the seat before half time, and he was pissed off. Watch the footage. As soon as we come out after half time, it was a whole different team.
What did we change?
Did you see the game?
What did we change?
Yeah. What did we change? The pressure. Simple. The first half they were playing like Harlem Globetrotters, and you're right over there. I've seen North Melbourne play. They don't kick and hit targets like that. So 80% efficiency. You're delusional. No fucking way. North Melbourne plays like that.
Well, they were never going to sustain that in the end, right? Let's be honest.
Yeah, because we put the pressure on them.
Yeah.
First half we're playing too far off them. We're letting them do what they wanted. And I'm telling you, after half time, it become Collingwood footy. The floodgates open. I'm telling you, straight out, you could see it. It was two different games. First half was the North Melbourne game. Second half was a Collingwood game. Remember I told you we're going to give it to them by 60 points?
Close.
Yeah, we should have if we played the first half properly. If we come out like that next week against Hawthorn, we'll get smacked in the first half.
You know what the difference is, though, Manny? I'll tell you about that first half, though. When you have the amount of players out, and let me get to my point. When we have that many players out and two late outs and Brazzy Maynard out in the first quarter, you lose that leadership where one of those leaders, like a Pendlebury or a Sidebottom, will identify well before anyone else can possibly do their analysis in-game. They will realise we are being too submissive without the ball. We're letting them play like Barcelona. Let's push up. That would have happened much earlier. Yes or no?
No. You know why?
Yeah, dear.
Because you got the coach sitting on the fucking bench there. What are you talking about? The coach is right there. The first 10 minutes of the first quarter, the coach is there. They're doing interchange. They're right next to him. Hey, boys, the pressure's got to go up. Simple.
Fuck
the coach is right there.
You're a hard man to please. Fuck.
I'm just saying, right? When it comes to these games, you've got to be on from the start. But the good thing is they responded. At least they responded. That's the main thing. And we smacked them in the second half. Lucky we didn't drop that game. At one stage, I thought that we're going to drop that game. Don't tell me before half time you weren't fucking panicking.
I saw a pragmatic way that the game could be manipulated.
Were you panicking?
Nah, bro.
Were
Look
you
at me.
panicking?
Look at me, bro. I'm cool as the fucking cucumber in your fridge, mate. What are you talking about?
You are.
What are you talking about?
Now you are. But before half time, when they were head to head with us, right, were you panicking? Were you worried at all?
Siga, man. Let me say. Que si re malaca. Di feliz. Di feliz. Re oriento.
The media is full of shit. I want to hear Kane Corns this week about our fucking young players, right?
Ella.
Fucking bullshit. All our old players were out this week. Our young players were in, and we gave it to North Melbourne. It's all bullshit.
So give me some players that you want to highlight tonight.
Number 1,
Ella.
Ned Long. Ned Long, best player on the ground. Number 2, Nick. Nick broke the game open for us. He busted the game open. The young Ed Allen coming to the game at the end, second half. Will Hayes done a couple nice little things. And Parker was a bit quiet. Markov kicked that goal. The Malacca carrying on like a dickhead. Fucking hell, that's it, mate. We gave it to him. We got the job done, like I told you last week. Got the job done and get the fuck home quick and reset for next week. All our guns are coming back in, and we got to rest players as well. How good's that? We got to rest players again without wanting to rest them.
Can we share a moment of silence for Nick Larkey tonight?
Mick Archidaki.
Nick Larkey.
Archidaki. He's got that triggers on his Archidaki, mate. They're bold. They're bold. Frampton gave it to him. Whoever wants to play Reef over Frampton is delusional.
I don't think anyone's saying that.
Yeah, Swoop Luke did.
Yeah, but that was before Billy Frampton had a game.
No. At the start of the season, when they wanted to play Reef over Frampton, I said it. Reef will get monstered. You got to play Frampton. You can't turn a shit kicker into a gun defender. It doesn't happen.
Ben Zero, thank you for the $20 donation. What do you say?
Donate. Donate. Get it rolling. I was watching. Listen. I was watching Malacca. Is Andreas on the chat?
Not yet.
I was watching Andreas.
I
was watching my live stream.
Yeah.
And his kids were sleeping, and he was losing it. He was losing it at half time, and then the floodgates opened. He wanted to start cheering, and he couldn't cheer.
Oh, did he do a watch along? He did a watch along.
Yeah, watch along.
Bravo. Hey, let me get this shout out. 1 second. Ben Zero, $20 donation. Ripper day. Blues lose. Pies win. Double. In the end, got the margin pretty close. Tipped 48. It's closer than Manny. Well done. I just expected it to be more spread out. Not bad after half time with the outs. Pies just grind on teams. Some can handle it. Some can't. Geelong can. Some can't. Very good. Thanks, mate.
Hey, Carlton didn't lose. You know what happened to Carlton?
They all got missy there.
The season's finished. Carlton's season's done, and we're still rolling. We're just getting warmed up. We're not even playing our best footy yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the 4 points in the bag. 9-2. 3 more games to lock ourselves into finals, buddy. 9-2, and we've rested our players that much. It's not funny. I've never seen an AFL club rest their players so much like us.
And still win.
Who's back next week? Pendlebury, side bottom. I don't know what happened to Maynard. I hope it's not a plan of fasciata snap.
Doesn't look good, man. Doesn't look good. Can't lie.
Doesn't look good, huh? Oh, we'll get Darcy Moore back.
Yeah, we'll get Darcy back.
He's a bigger recruit as well, Houston. See, because he covers our defense a bit.
He can defend, can't he?
That's what I'm saying. He gives us at least there's another option down there. Quainer done a few stupid stuff at the start, but he got into the game. Lipinski was a bit harder. Josh done well. Jamie Elliott does what Jamie Elliott does. Membry banged on a couple goals. Mychek banged on a couple goals. Bo McCreary was good. The second half, they all lit up. The boys lit up second half.
Malaka, by the way,
Yeah.
how are we halfway through the season already?
I don't know. It is flying. Listen.
I'm listening.
When you play good football and you're enjoying the football season, when you're enjoying it, the season flies, man. When you like Carlton, it's like living in a Nightmare on Elm Street. Like Freddy Krueger's going to come out the backyard and slosh your neck. Horrific scenes. It's because our season's been killer and the season's flying, bro. And all the content you're doing content every week, good content, and the weeks are gone by.
How do you, from someone who's seen a lot of footy in his life and a 40-year member as a Collingwood fan, how do you soak up the good moments, the good seasons?
What do you mean? How do you soak them up?
Like, how do you sit in it for a second and just appreciate what we're witnessing right now?
You appreciate it because all you have to do is look at the other teams. How long it's been since they've won a grand final, and how hard they're all doing it. How hard all these other teams are doing it. And our club, seems to keep producing action. That's all you have to do. Think about how lucky you are that the Collingwood Football Club is maintaining excellence all the time.
Spot on.
It's like my son there, or my daughter there. You know what I mean? I want them to do good every year. That's what the Collingwood Football Club means to me. It's like part of my family, buddy.
How old are they?
Who? Collingwood Football Club?
Bevyard.
Oh, my daughter's turned 12 now.
Bravo. And your boy?
No, fuck my missus off. She's gone. You know what she did?
What, she took your boy.
She's taking my daughter to Mount Gambier.
Where's that?
I had custody of her. I got custody, 50% custody. Okay. She met this junkie. In Mount Gambier prison, and she took my daughter to Mount Gambier, and she's had another kid with him. And I went to court, and the judge wanted me to go see my daughter at Mount Gambier for 1 hour a fortnight. I said to him, listen, dickhead, to the judge, listen, dickhead, how do you expect me to drive 12 hours up and back to see my daughter? I said, you know what? I said, don't worry about it. I'll wait till she comes back, or I'll find her soon when she's 14, 15 on social media.
Yeah. Don't worry, man. You've got 44 sons that you get to watch every week. True?
Yeah, the coaches and the president.
You got your boys.
The whole club, mate. The whole club, buddy.
You got your boys.
The whole club's won, mate. We're united.
You got your boys. You got your boys. Don't worry, mate.
United, buddy. United. You got to start lifting. Listen, you're too mellow. You don't enjoy the football enough. Stay enjoying it, buddy. Otherwise, I'm going to make you a Carlton support. I'm going to buy you a Carlton membership.
There got missile.
Lift, I said.
Oriental.
You should be. Hey, you're lucky. You're a Collingwood supporter, buddy. Get up and about, mate. Who's playing next week? Westie? Nah. That might rest memory.
We'll see. We'll see what the week brings.
How do you think Hazy went?
Yeah, really good pressure. Really good pressure. Did his job.
Done all right, eh?
Yeah, I like. And he's calm.
Yeah, well, it was good. It was good for the run.
Yep. Whether or not he keeps his spot, we'll be able to discuss that.
He won't keep his spot.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So our players are coming back.
But he still did well.
Oh, hopefully Maynard's all right. I want to see our full defensive lineup back together again. The last few weeks, we've been missing a defender. All right, buddy. I'll let you go get the others on.
All right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who was next? I think it was It wasn't Kynan. It was... Was it Nick? I'll go Nick. Nick.
Hey.
Hey, mate. How you going?
Yeah, not bad. So I'm trying to get on the train.
Oh, it's a little bit your audio's a bit fuzzy.
Oh,
Nick, do you mind? We'll be on for a little while. Do you mind coming on towards the end when you're off the train? Is that okay? I can't hear. Sorry, man. Boomer.
Hey, nice and early.
Let's go. Get you in. We'll get you in bed in time.
What a great time. Gets fucked. What a great time to be alive. Tell you what, dude, today when I heard that Pendles was out and who was the other one?
Bobby.
Oh, she's both of them. I thought, oh, wow. We're resting Steelo, we're resting Pendles. That's like it's a million games we haven't got. Wow. This is the future. Whether or not we want to see it or not, this will be the future. This is what I thought at the start. And then the game's kicked on and I thought, oh no, geez, no one's stepping up. Is Crisp out there? And I'm expecting someone to get in. Nick's having not many touches and North are looking a bit cocky and arrogant. And I thought, well, it's a high energy game. Can they hold this up? And I don't know what Manny was saying. You got to get the jump on someone. You ever gone out there and tried to run your cunt out for 100 minutes, mate? I bet you Manny would be hucking his guts after a minute or two. You can't really go 100 minutes. Now, and these people who think you can, they're just, I don't know. Anyone who's been out there just knows you get tired. You got to go to the bench. But the way it was we were up by they were up by 7 and we were up by 9. Then, then 3 then. Then we just kicked on and got those 8 goals. But we were 3-7 in the third quarter or second quarter. And so those scorelines, I'm thinking, well, this is the future. But those young guys, mate, they all stepped in and the system works, buddy. I loved it.
Sinex,
what about you?
Yeah, Sinex in the chat, Boomer, is asking, didn't get a chance to watch the game. Apart from the bad kicking, why was it close for 3 quarters? What was your analysis, my friend?
I'm just thinking they had a lot of run and snap about them and they were getting to the ball. They were just going in harder, mate. I think it's the good old-fashioned go in hard, put your head down there and then get the ball out. And there was always, seemingly on my TV, there was always a couple of white jumpers to be able to receive it, and we were chasing us. But they were just ahead of us. There was half back line had a couple of feet on us, a metre or two. Back half forward line, same. So I'm thinking what was happening is, okay, this is a high-energy game. They're running to position, they're outstretching each time. This will wear them down. And like they say, old players might be old, but they're certainly fit. So but just not having all that experience there definitely showed. But the way we altered our gameplay, and as you and I were both Jeremy Howe advocates, notice the way how Jeremy Howe controls the game. He keeps all the guys like Frampton and all the other backline boys, he keeps them under control, I think.
Yeah. His spoils, I'll say it every week, his spoils are so good. They're so clear.
But it's also just the way he maps out the back line. Yeah, he's just telling someone to head that bit further. Go further goal side, go further downfield. He has it staggered so well and he keeps that V happening. Yeah. And then we just choke sides. And look, North Melbourne were fucking magnificent, mate. But when it got to that half-time break, I thought, well, last year it was 48 points. So, they've done nothing like that this time. Few people reckon the umpires were going our way, but I didn't really see that myself. I thought the umpiring was pretty shit in all directions. What about you?
Yeah, they were sort of inconsistent on both ends. And at the end of the day, I suppose you've just got to somehow beat the opposition. And sometimes you've got to beat the umpires. And we did that. We really did that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're definitely not one of the most favoured teams by the umpires right now. But all in all, though, just the way we are resting players, whether we want to or not, that's pretty fucking good. I like that. What were the other notable moments? Ned Long, I was really expecting him to get worked out and nullified, and they can't do it. He's fucking good. We've got another one. Why do we do so well with recruits? Because he's an ex-Hawthorn, isn't he? Didn't they piff him?
Well, it'll be absolute vindication if he has another BOG game against Hawthorn, his old side that delisted him.
Who looked very pedestrian today. So, yeah, this is 2 weeks in a row. It's a Collingwood win and a Carlton loss. I mean, you can't ask for better than that. Oh, hang on. Yes, you can. A Hawthorn loss too. Triple banger.
Pretty good.
Love it.
Pretty good. It'll be a big game either way.
Yep. Yeah, our one against Jack, we got to vindicate last year. Remember when they copped us in a really cold G and they did us by 10 goals and they really fucking pumped us and it fucked our season. So, yeah, we got something to teach them. But I think you don't learn so much from your last game, whether you lost it or win. I think you learn more from your last year. Yeah, you remember what happened last year and you don't want that to happen again, or you do depending on what the occurrence was. But, yeah, anyway, so I think tonight's game. Oh, the other thing too, I've got to say this, but that's playing surface. Do you see how Bros did his leg? It was like he fucking tripped over a fucking caterpillar or something. That ground surface is really undulating, and I don't know. I used to watch that. When I saw that thing going up, I thought, who knows what the fuck's under that ground? This is not a good place for a stadium. And just the way the surface is, and it's a sweat box, and like, I don't know, fucking that. It's just a terrible fucking place to play footy. And I'm glad we don't play there too much. Have you ever been there?
I've been there. It's a horrible ambience to be a part of most of the time. But I actually think, and I'm going to take a stab in the dark because people maybe want to and ah about it. I think Maynard's done something to his plantar fascia that looks like it's just gone there. We'll see. We'll find out pretty soon. Maybe Fly says something in the post-game interview. So maybe you guys who are watching that side by side with the post-game show, let us know because I don't know. I don't know about the ground conditions. Obviously, this was the second game in the same day, but I didn't notice the ground conditions being too poor.
No, but just the way Bros sort of came up, the two guys wrestling for the ball hit the deck, and he was just like shuffling around, a bit like a sumo wrestler, I suppose. And he just shuffled left, shimmy left, shimmy right. Oh,
I reckon
shit, that's my leg.
I reckon he just snapped it, mate. I reckon he just snapped it, just non-contact, maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, those country fields will do. In fact, out here in the bush, mate, they play on things where there's like a cricket pitch in the middle. So, yeah, but player like Bros, and he's our crash and bash player or crash and kick player. So losing him in the game was bad. And the only thing that I'll add this on before I wrap it up and let the others on for a rant. I think Billy Elliott, we're only seeing how much of a fucking superstar the guy is now. I think his whole career, there's always been something inhibiting him because that form he's been in, it's red hot and it's fucking surreal. Like Nick Dacos is a freak, but Billy Elliott's a champ. And what's that thing? You have systems and superstars. Well, systems or superstars, why can't we have both? Because we certainly are going very, very well. So before I head off and leave it to the rest of you guys, what did the chicken say to the duck?
What'd they say, mate?
Don't cross the road, man. You'll never hear the fucking end of it. So anyway, at the end of that, go Pies. Have a good one next week for Hawthorn. Yes, what a fucking win. We are the champions, my friend. Signing off. Have fun and peace out, Pies.
See you, Boomer. Take care. All right. Next up is Kynan. Luke, by the way, Luke 2343, I think it is, in the chat. Mick, and he'll be next up in the post game show. Mick wants you to connect with him on Discord because he's heading to Thailand in a week. So I remember you guys were talking about potentially connecting. So jump in there. All right. So as I said, next up was Kynan.
Oi!
Brother.
There he is. Big Anthony.
How you going?
Oh, God, bro. Those first 3 quarters was rough.
The third quarter, I feel like the third quarter, without like putting a dent in the scoreboard, we were making some really good inroads.
Oh, no. What I mean by rough is it was just a slog to watch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It was just a hard watch, man.
Yeah.
But that fourth quarter, that got me real chipped up and chirped. I'm good. I'm raring to go now.
It was a G up, wasn't it?
It was a good G up, absolutely. Yeah, no, bro. If Bo McQuarrie keeps playing like this, bruh,
Bruh.
he played unreal tonight.
Yeah,
Ned Long,
let's look at the numbers. We'll talk
superstar.
about Ned in a second. Let's have a look at Bo. Man, he's really stepping up, and he's taken a really good step in the right direction tonight. That's for sure. How many touches did he have? Let's see, 14 touches.
I don't think he got more than 15. Yeah,
That's okay. They were very good touches at the very least, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How many score involvements? 7 score involvements.
His tackles.
Tackles.
Check how many tackles he had.
Tackles. He had 4, but again, like whatever he did, like he touched it, it turned into a really positive sequence.
Also, has he been getting more efficient going in 50? I feel like he has been.
What was that? Sorry.
I said he's getting more efficient going inside 50.
Yep, definitely.
Instead of just bombing it, he's slowing down and he's looking for a target beforehand.
Yeah.
It's good to see. It's very satisfying to see.
Hold on, I'm just gonna kick out this art guy, dickhead. How do you fuck this? How do you fuck? How do you block this cunt? 1 second. Put user in timeout.
Click the 3 things.
I'll put him in a timeout for 24 hours. Fuckhead. All right, go on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, bro, that's just so many good signs. So many good signs. Nick, freak, absolute freak.
Yeah.
Every time he got the ball, he was doing something with it.
Yep.
Ned Long, freak of nature. Absolute freak, dude. He had 14 tackles. Do you understand how insane that is? 14.
Brother, tell me about his hand passes because he does not settle. He does not settle for an easy hand pass.
Nah, he takes the risk.
Yep.
And I love it.
Wow.
You don't win premierships playing safe.
No.
And also the way that he grabs the ball, he rotates and he runs through the middle.
It's because no one's going to tackle him. That's why.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's what we did in 23, and that was the winning formula, was kicking it off axis and bringing it through the middle. And that's what he does every time he gets the ball. He grabs it, he rotates, he comes back through the middle, opens up the ground. Every single time he does it. Yeah. Also, champs, I'm gonna need you to put a formal apology out for Billy Frampton.
I might just make an apology form and post it on Instagram. How about that?
I think you need to.
I'll post it tomorrow.
Unreal.
I'll post it tomorrow.
Bro, he has been unreal. Past 3 weeks, he has stood up.
Brother, he's our best defender.
In a way that... Yeah, absolutely. He's just impacting every single contest.
Yep. Alex Scott, thank you for the
amazing to see.
Sorry, just one moment, Kai. My bad. Alex, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I have a question for you, Kynan, from Alex, and I'll let you answer this how you wish. How does Patrick Lipinski have an AFL contract? I'll let you answer that.
Oh, mate, Lipper is. Oh, it's hard. It's hard because he came on ground. The first contest he's at, he doesn't throw his body on the line and he gets a turnover. First contest. Then he redeems himself in the next one, but then he doesn't throw his body on the line again. It's hard because he's efficient going in 50. He's accurate with his kicking and he's a good runner. it's hard because you're gonna miss someone that's like Lipinski coming into the 50th kick, but you're also not gonna miss the turnovers he also puts in. So it's hard.
Would you say he was a little bit better today?
Oh, he was better for sure, but I still think he needs to put his body on the line more. I reckon he still isn't committing to the contest.
Yeah,
and I think that's the main issue that he has is committing that body to the contest. Look at what Ned Long does. He doesn't give a fuck. He throws his body in there. He doesn't care.
I tell you what, he's got the build for it.
He does.
He's got the build for it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, he does. And can we just applaud Josh Dacos to the back line? What an amazing swap to put him there from the wing.
Bro,
he's the shit he does with the ball is crazy. Like he is so clean. It's not even funny. I have to agree though. Allen, I think, definitely is not ready.
Hey, no. That was his best game. That was his best game.
Yeah, no, it was his best game. I just think there's better players.
Okay, so you need to reword
that we can bring
reword your approach there. I'll let you start again. Start again on Ed Allen. Go.
Ed Allen played one of his best games, but I still think he has room to improve where we could bring other people in. And with that, bring me your ins and bring me your outs then for next week, including Ed Allen out. Well, ins and outs. Okay. Well, obviously we're bringing Schultz back in.
Okay.
We're bringing Sidebottom and Pendlebury back in.
Okay.
We're bringing Darcy in.
Okay.
If he's good, I'm not 100% sure if he's good or not yet, but I think he is.
Okay.
Who we versing? Hawthorn.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, I think we keep Hayes. I liked what Hayes was doing.
By the way, Bobby Hill,
Bruzzy in.
By the way,
if he's not injured,
Bobby Hill and Pendlebury. By the way.
Yeah, they're definitely in. Definitely ins.
So we got 6 ins.
And that means we have to bring out Parker, Sully for Schultz.
Parker for who?
I think Bruzzy is.
Parker for who?
Well, Parker would be for. Oh no, Parker might have to stay in because Bruzzy's out, depending on the severity of his injury. So I would say Parker in still, depending on Bruzzy, of course.
Okay. Let's just say Bruzzy's out. Let's just say Bruzzy's out. Let's just say that for now.
Yeah, that's probably easier.
Okay.
I would say arguably you take Lipinski and put him as sub, and you bring Sidebottom in to go on the wing.
Okay, so who comes out for Sidebottom then?
No. Who comes out for Lipinski then? Know what you mean? No.
Well, Lipinski's still in the team.
Who comes out for Sidebottom?
If he's the sub, he's technically still in the team.
Yeah, that is true, yeah. Well, we're bringing in Darcy Moore, so that means who comes out for Darcy then? Who's been filling in for him?
Come on.
I'm trying to think, man. You put me on the spot here.
All right, let's fast forward to Ed Allen. Who comes out for Ed Allen? Who comes out? Who comes in for Ed Allen if you have him out next week?
Who comes out for Ed Allen?
Who comes in for Ed Allen?
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like who comes out of the VFL and goes in for Ed Allen?
Yeah.
Well, he plays wing, right?
Yeah, wing, inside, mid.
I reckon we keep Hayes in for Allen, and then we bring in Schultz.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Drop.
Not going to happen. Schultz and Bobby Hill need to come back in. Will Hayes, for the balance of the team, will come out of the side.
Yeah, that's probably who would go out for them. So yeah, I would say Bobby and Schultz. That means Lockie and Hayes is out. Then Bruzzy's out. So then you'd keep Will Parker in because he's a half backman as well. and then Darcy comes in, that means Dan Houston then comes up to the half forward line or half back line.
It's all right. It's all right. Hey, it's all right.
You
We'll
got Josh.
we'll save it for predicted 23. It's okay. It's a challenging task.
Bro,
I'll
you're
put you on
trying
the
to
spot.
get me. You're trying to make me fucking put a team together on the spot, bro.
I'll put you into the corner. But it just goes to show how hard it is for selection, right?
It is. There's quality everywhere.
Yeah.
It's hard to know who comes in and out for who.
That's it. All right. I got to keep it rolling,
But
Kynan. I got to keep it
all I
rolling.
need to say-
Finish on something. Give us something.
Jamie Elliott. What a man.
Love that.
That's all I need to say.
All right, mate. Take it easy. Appreciate you, Kynan.
Go Pies.
Take care.
Catch you, Anthony.
Bye.
Peace.
Next up was Mickles. Mickles.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, my brother?
Oh, mate, sweating bullets after that first quarter was actually not too bad, but I thought, okay, come on, guys, second quarter comes in. Okay, we're looking a little bit concerning. Half comes in, and then third quarter starts, and then we start being a little bit promising. And all of a sudden, the fourth quarter, mate, what happened?
You tell me.
We blew the game out.
What happened?
We blew the game out.
What happened?
Okay, I'll tell you what it is, though, from what I feel like. We had, 8 players down. And most of these are, senior level players, really solid as well. These are big outs. And the media was writing us off already. Come on, North, you can beat Collingwood if 8 players down. This is your chance now. The narrative was kind of against us for this, but even though we were favourites. And all of a sudden, they didn't get the job done against almost half of a VFL team. We almost had a VFL team in there. And the synergy, I think, was off because the older players, the players we've had playing in AFL blend in with the VFL players. It was a little bit off. That's why we were a bit shaky for the first half. And you could also say North was actually playing really good footy. And then the fourth quarter, we just clicked on after that. And then everyone knew how to play their role. Everyone.
Mate, it's just a sign of a champion team, really. We come into this game with late changes, depth. Yeah, the depth comes in. We have an underwhelming first half. We make adjustments, and look,
we adapted really well.
Yeah, spot on, mate.
Yeah,
much to like.
I can't really say anything. I mean, maybe some people could criticize some certain player names. I heard Allen as well, but I think Allen made up for a lot of things that kind of went wrong. But again, it was to do with the synergy because you had almost half a team of VFL players blending in with the AFL level. And, we were running already at a disadvantage against North. And the fact that we held them this close showed that we were probably leagues ahead better. And that showed in the fourth quarter.
Yep. Couldn't agree more, my friend.
And now we got Hawthorn.
Can't wait to see that. I'm looking forward to that.
I hope it's cracking. I hope it's just like what we've done to North, but maybe a bit better, just a little bit better than that.
I need vindication from that game last year. That was traumatizing.
Yeah, I mean, look. Also, that North Melbourne was also last year as well, kind of almost traumatizing. But we need to pay Ginnivan a visit and let him know why he should have stayed. But
look, did he want to leave though? Did he want to leave?
I don't think he really did, but when he had when he was offered probably the Hawthorn, I think he didn't really think like a second thought. He just probably thought, all right, I'll go.
Yep. Mickles, Southeast Wolf in the chat says, Frampton passed what we thought would be his biggest test with flying colours.
He killed it. He had great intercepts. Him and Howe basically held up the line, and then Quaynor was also like really good as well. But these two guys, Howe and Frampton, in the back line, like when we were down Brazzy, like I thought, oh, come on, boys, like we really need to fix this up. And they did it. They did it for Maynard.
Yep. Quaynor, 10 intercept possessions. He had quite a few touches. Look, some of his disposals were a little bit suspect, but I thought overall it was a really good game. 23 touches. He's starting to find the footy, and the more he finds the footy, I think the more acquainted and acclimatized he becomes with it, with his decision making. I think that's going to start to really dawn on us, and in a good way, really. I mean, use that term with negative connotation, but I'm trying to switch that up. I'm liking his progression right now. I didn't think he was gonna get the touches. I mean, Dan Houston's walks away with 15 touches. He had a really good defensive game, Houston. He took a couple intercept marks, maybe 5 intercept possessions. Yeah, maybe people want more from someone that we gave up a bit of draft capital for, but you have to appreciate how he's releasing the shackles on players like Quaynor and Josh Dacos.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize realistically in these games, you're not really going to get these elite level stats, especially in really good teams. Like you look at Geelong and, Brisbane as well, like who are kind of now a top 4 side. We have yet to see what Gold Coast is going to perform like this week. But judging off those teams, they're not even achieving these levels of stats, not even close either. So it's more like we're doing really well with what we've been dealt with.
Yeah.
And given, of course.
Very good, my friend. Very good, my friend. Give us something before we move on to the next
all right.
guest.
All right. So what I'm gonna say is rest up, boys. We got a big week next week. So let's go.
Let's go.
Collingwood, come on.
Let's go. Cheers, Mickles.
Let's go.
All right. Decaf.
There you go, mate.
Welcome. First time guest?
No, definitely not. No, I've been on a couple of times.
Sorry, mate. It's the Discord name.
I might just have a different name this time.
Yeah.
That's right, my Discord name.
Different alias.
I'm the guy with the goey normally on his picture. So
that's right.
Different picture this time, but yeah. No, I mean, look, can't complain.
Mate.
We're playing extremely good footy, and we've got an extremely deep and good list. I'm just shocked at how well Craig McRae's managed our list.
Yep.
Man, it surprised me. I didn't know if he'd be able to. I was pretty concerned with. Well, I was a bit worried about the injuries, and if our veterans would be able to hold up throughout the whole season. But it's a credit to McRae and to Fly and the rest of the coaching and the management of Collingwood that they've been able to manage the list so well. But yeah, no, I mean Ned Long, he whiz, what a play! I mean he's really come into himself. It's actually pretty funny because we seem to have quite a few Pendleburys. Like we've obviously got Pendles, and then we've got Dacos, but now we've got Ned Long as well picking up the slack. So we seem to have quite a few of those conductor kind of players who are able to really make plays in the center, which is really good for the team. So
it's crazy. Ecstatic. It's crazy. I didn't see this possibility of form from players like Ned Long and Billy Frampton, just adding strings to their bow in their games. And you know what? It's a fucking lesson. It's a lesson for me, a really good lesson to never give up faith and never underestimate like a player's ceiling, even though you might not see it. Some things just need to click, and sometimes that takes time. Yeah, some players get delisted and never see that chance, but you live long. Some players live long enough, like Ned Long, who's been delisted, like Billy Frampton, who's been traded around and in and out of the team. They've look at where they are now. How could anyone see that?
Billy Frampton's another case. Like how he's just come into himself. And I was one of his biggest critics last year. I thought I was just shocked that he survived, the 2024 season.
Yeah.
And, wasn't delisted after that season because the grand final, 2023 grand final was probably where he found his role, I'd say. He gave him the role of, being good on Harris. But after that, he's really kind of adopted that role. And he's starting to, even go for that more Darcy Moore role of, intercept marks rather than just, spoiling, making sure that the Woods can't get clean hands on the ball. I'm just shocked at how well he's playing at the moment. Like, I really did not see that coming. And to be honest, it's probably, I think there was someone saying before that we should post an apology for Billy Frampton. I think I owe him an apology.
Say it loud, man. Join the club.
I apologise, Billy. You proved me wrong, mate. And I gladly say that. I'm happy that he's really come into the play into the form that he is at the moment, and he's found his role in the side, which is really pleasing. And he's playing that role really well. So I love that for Billy. And it's just great to see him, stepping up and filling in for Darcy Moore.
Yep, we're a part of that Billy Frampton apology form club officially.
I think there's a few of us around, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Look, we weren't wrong in 2024. Like, he wasn't playing good footy, but credit to him. He's stuck it out and he's found a role for himself. He's found a role that adds value to the club. So, as someone who wanted to throw him in the Yarra week in, week out in 2024, I want to give him a hug now.
I just want to caress him.
Give him a hug.
Literally.
Yeah.
I want to caress him, mate. I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry. Mate, look, mate, it's gotten to the point where he's blocked me on Instagram. I didn't realize. I think someone shared to me or said, "Oh, look, he's there's a chance this guy's blocked you." I go, "Oh, really?" So he's obviously seen something, and I've said something harsh, and I feel bad now. I feel bad, man.
Yeah, you've been bullying him online, mate. Big bully.
Lessons learned. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's right. Keep the faith.
Yeah, that's it.
Fly, we trust. That's the 4 words, mate.
That's it. Good stuff.
But other than that, I thought, who else played incredibly well? Billy. That's the thing. Billy Elliott.
Wow.
Not Billy Elliott, fucking Jamie Elliott.
Yeah, no, we call him Bill. I think we all call him Billy Elliott as well. We do.
That's why I was wondering why everyone was calling him Billy Elliott.
Yeah, we call him Billy Elliott. Yeah, we all do.
From?
I don't know.
Yeah,
someone in the chat.
Elliott.
Someone in the chat will tell us why we call him Billy. Is Jamie?
Please do.
This could be silly. Jamie to Jimmy turns into Billy. I don't know. I could be wrong. That could be really bad. But let us know in the chat.
It's funny if we're all just saying it wrong.
Imagine that.
But Jamie Elliott, he had a real crisis of confidence. There we go. Okay, cheers, mate. Thank you. He had a real crisis of confidence in 2024.
Yep.
And
is someone talking in the Discord?
Yeah, that's another bloke.
Oh, guys, if you aren't live on the show, guys, if you aren't live in the show, please mute because it distracts the guest. Sorry, guys.
That's so good. He had a real crisis of confidence in 2024. You could just see him not kicking as straight as he usually does, and it was a bit it was sad to watch. Sad to watch someone go through that. But I'm glad that his confidence is back and he's playing career best football. He's right back up there at the moment. Now in the All-Australian squad, well, not in the All-Australian squad, but in the prediction for the All-Australian
for
squad,
sure.
according to Fox Sports.
For sure.
But I tell you what, I saw this coming, to be honest, after the Port game. I mean, the GWS game was, disappointing, but the Port game, just the pressure that I saw us apply during that game, I thought, okay, this is a really good sign for the season, right? Then Bulldogs, we get the same thing, and I'm like, okay, that Port game wasn't just a one-off.
Yeah.
This is good. It's the pressure that we apply that is so pivotal to our game, and we've just got so many blokes in there who are hungry for the ball. Doing those big miracle spoils, doing the rundown tackles. I think it was Tim Embry in our 50 in the last quarter, laying that tackle that really they were about to get out the back of the pack with the ball and get it out of their back 50, and then Tim Embry tackles them, and I think that ended up being a goal. It's just those small things. I wouldn't even call them small. I'd call them like game-changing tackles that really stem momentum. And I think what's even more interesting is how our defense went from being pretty average last year. Like, it was probably the worst part of our game. How it's become the best part of our game. I don't know how Fly does it, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, it's fantastic to have such a great coach who's able to manage the team and, and able to improve the parts of our game that really need to be improved the most.
Yeah. And the bottom line is when we miss key players this year, we as a fan base don't feel anxious going into the game as much as in the past when we have seen a Pendlebury out or a side bottom out. It's just different.
I've got, even if we lose the game, I've got total confidence in Fly's ability to learn from the mistakes and to adapt our game accordingly. Like that's the thing, is the thing for me isn't really if we lose a game. Like the Geelong loss, to be honest, we probably shouldn't even have lost that. Like, not blaming Chris, that was a tough kick, a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
It was well within his wheelhouse, but it was like a tough kick. I'm not going to put that on him. But the fact that we are such a dynamic squad, we can adapt our game plan whenever it's required. Like, for example, if we're getting killed around the ball in one situation, we kind of, send it down the wings and switch and decongest the middle to get some space and to get some run on the ball. When something's not working, we're able to adapt it and change our game plan in another way. And it's the reason why the commentators like David King and Jack Rewald have such a glowing appraisal of our team, is how we always find a way to win. And it's because of how dynamic our squad is, but also how we learn from our lessons. And so even if we do lose, I'm not even concerned. Like, if we're losing week in, week out, it'll be a problem. But it's almost time to reflect on our game and to say, okay, what can we change? And I think we've just come so far in 3 years. It's actually staggering how good our team is at the moment.
Just got to soak it up while we can, man. Just have to.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy
it, mate. This is the golden era of Collingwood right here. The last golden era was obviously the Great Depression, where we won 4 premierships in a row. But this is the best I've seen the squad in my lifetime.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Decaf, I appreciate you jumping on, man. I've got to move on to Kev's Magpies.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for jumping on.
All good. Thanks, mate.
See ya. Kevy.
Hey, mate. How are you, Anthony?
I'm great. How are you, Kev?
I'm good, mate. I'm very happy.
Yeah? You on the train?
I'm on the train on the way home, yes.
How was the
Got to catch
vibe
train to Caulfield.
at the stadium?
Good. We could have kicked a little bit more accurately, to be honest. I thought we bombed the ball too much, and I thought that we handballed too much as well. That got us into trouble. But apart from our inaccuracy in front of goal, and particularly the few rush behinds that we had, I thought we played really well after, after half time. We came out in the third quarter, kicked a few, and yeah, I thought we did what we needed to do. And the last quarter, we just put it on. And I just knew once we got going that last quarter that we weren't going to lose. And we had plays out before the game too. So that's what makes it even greater. No Pendles, no Bobby Hill, no Maynard that got injured as well. 9 of our best 23 out. No problems. No Pendles, no worries, mate.
That's it.
So kind of maybe lose my voice a little bit because I've been yelling a fair bit, but it's been really good. So I can't wait.
What about the drums in the cheer squad? Why is that? Why do we not have that every game?
I don't know, unless if the MCG doesn't allow it for whatever reason. I'm not too sure, but it was good to see the drums. I did thought a little bit that we were a little bit quiet as a crowd. Like we could have gone the Collingwood chant a lot earlier, I think. Like, come on, boys, let's go, Collingwood. We tend to do it when we're further in front and not when we are behind a little bit. But no, it was good. And North Melbourne fans boo Nick Dacos because they hate him. They wish they had him, mate. They're just jealous.
They fucking wish.
They definitely do. I'm not going to swear because I'm with my carer, but otherwise, I would.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, it's the jealousy of those North Melbourne hack supporters tonight just shows you that they wish they had Nick Dacos in because he's the best player in the competition. Yeah. 38 disposals, mate. You take that in a heartbeat.
So what? Nick Dacos and Josh Dacos had 69 disposals between them two.
That's actually pretty good, yeah.
It's very good. Yeah.
I thought our younger guys stood up really well tonight. I thought Parker stood up really well. I not Charlie West, but the other Will Hayes. I thought he did all right.
Tackling pressure was good.
No, it was. Yeah, definitely. I think it. And also too, I like the fact that we wore black shorts and not white shorts. That's the best decision we ever made. Because last year they wore blue shorts. Yeah, with the kids, the shorts, I like the fact that we wore black and they wore white shorts. Actually made it a lot easier to tell from a clash point of view.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad that we did. And we didn't do what we did last year, and that was start off poorly. We actually started off well, kicked in accurately. Yeah, they kicked well in the second quarter, but you just knew that eventually they were just going to get tired and fatigue was going to kick in and our pressure was going to be elite. And that's what we did after half time. So we could have kicked a little bit more accurately in front of goal, but the way I see it, it's a professional win again. 9 in your best 23 out. VFL, I'm going to try and get there tomorrow as well to watch the VFL. And obviously the VFLW if I can. But yeah, it's like I want to see what Tom Mitchell does in VFL tomorrow. And if he plays the full game and plays well, or maybe he either stays in the VFL for another week or two, or we bring him back in for the Hawthorn game. So it's going to be very interesting.
Another selection dilemma ahead.
Oh yeah, 100%, mate, 100%.
Sure.
So
sure.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. Wherever
100%.
we do.
100%. All right, Kev, I'm going to do the player ratings now, so stick around, okay?
Yeah, we'll do, mate. I'll keep an eye on YouTube for that.
All right, cheers, Kev.
All right, bye, mate.
All right, guys, so we're going to do the player ratings now, so I need to do a recording. I need you guys to give me 6 players that you want me to do a player rating for, and we can jump into it. Luke, the game is at 2. The VFL game is at 2 tomorrow, I believe. So give me some names and we'll get started. Who do you want to talk about? Ned Long? Okay, easy. Who else? Talk to me, ladies and gentlemen. McCreary, okay. Allen, okay. Allen, Framps. All right, I'll get the player ratings going and I'll keep an eye on the chat. Guys, while I'm doing the recording... All right, Tyreek, come on, man. Fuck. You guys are making me work for it today. Timeout. You know, you pricks. Oh. All right. Okay. So as I'm talking, keep putting chats in the comments because I want to highlight them and you know, break them down as well. Okay. So I'm gonna start with Ned Long. Ned Long, we shall start with. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the player ratings for the game between North and Collingwood. And I can now fully deem that we have gone full circle in the last 12 months, going back all the way to that North game. Fast forward to today. Yes, it wasn't a 4-quarter performance, but I think we responded very well in that second half. We made some tactical adjustments with applying more pressure on the possession game of North. Could North play that kick mark game for 4 quarters was the question. The answer is no. The superstars stood up. Speaking of superstars, do we now deem are we nearly there? Do we deem Ned Long a superstar, or is he just he's not a role player anymore? He's not just the bodyguard of Nick Dacos. He is doing more than the dirty work. He had a game high 15 score involvements for the game. 4 free kicks for him for putting his head in the hole. 4 tackles inside 50. That is equal with Jamie Elliott, who spent his whole game in the forward line. So for a midfielder to have the most amount of tackles inside 50, it just goes to show his work ethic and his just ability to stick tackles. 13 contested possessions, running an 80% kicking a disposal efficiency clip. He accumulated the ball as well. He seriously accumulated it. He had 29 touches. The only 2 players to beat him were the Dakai. 29 touches, 8 kicks, 21 hand passes. Those hand passes came with a lot of forward thinking. He is looking for the most assertive path to our goals with his hand pass. He is opening up the game for us with his handballing ability. He whether it's he absorbs a tackle, gets it going, more often than not, you'll see him take the ball and subsequently break or move out of the contest, take a couple side steps here or there, and then finds the best option, not the first option, the best option. And he knows he's capable of doing that because he has the vision and he has the ability to absorb a tackle if needed. What are we saying in the comments, guys? Elite inside midfielder. He's becoming A grade. He is our Crisp, but uses the ball better. Ned is an A grade player. He's a young Patrick Cripps. It's huge. For me, that's Ned Long's best game. 14 tackles as well. Just a quiet 14 tackles. I mean, Jack Crisp had a really good game in the tackle department. He had 10 tackles himself and lifted really well in that second half. Oh, mate, I'm going to give Ned Long a 10 out of 10. I can't ask. You cannot ask for anything more out of Ned Long's game. You cannot. Simply cannot. Seems so strong, Ned Long. And Peter says, I reckon best game yet incoming for Ned is against the Hawks. Next up, we have, let's talk about, I think Ed Allen has been spoken about quite a bit. Let's see. Yep, Ed Allen. Geez, Ed Allen's going to cause some headaches at selection this week. You know what? No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say Ed Allen's going to keep his spot, for sure. He's finding a bit of stability in the team with a few players in and out, managed, injured, whatever it may be, what have you. 24 touches, 8 kicks, another really good player who is a great exponent of the ball by way of handballing. He had 8 tackles as well, so the pressure was there. 1 goal assist. Spent most of his time in the midfield. 7 score involvements, 8 contested possessions, 6 intercept possessions as well. That's a high number for a winger, I must say. He's finally starting to translate that VFL form into AFL form. So that's something we love to see. I'm going to give Ed Allen, and for his relative to his game, these ratings, right? For these ratings, it's never an objective rating out of 10. It's always relative to the player themselves. So for Ed Allen, for his game, that was an 8 out of 10, in my opinion. That was an 8 out of 10 for Ed Allen. Maybe 7.5. We'll go 7.5, okay? All right, let's do that. Benny comes in with another $2 donation. Thank you so much. He wants IQ and Frampton. So let's go with Isaac Quaynor. Let's go with Q. Isaac Quaynor had a game high, or at least a team high, 10 intercept possessions, 8 contested possessions, which most of them came in the form of ground ball gets, 4 scorer involvements, 1 contested mark. And he's finding the footy more. 23 touches. And yes, I don't know what his kicking efficiency is. And there are moments where, 23 touches, there are moments where he's a little off with his decision making or his execution, but he's taking steps towards, I guess, getting that stuff out of his game. How do you do that? You find the footy in game and you work on that live. It's not going to work out all the time, but the more he gets that footy, the more scenarios he's going to be in. He's going to be in that situation he was in 2 weeks ago in a couple weeks, and he's going to amend that initial mistake he made 2 weeks ago. And then what? I think he had 3 or 4 intercept marks, so he's bringing that back into his game. Some, a minority will say Dan Houston's not, he's a waste of trade capital or draft capital, and he's not playing to all Australian form. Well, you know what? Maybe offensively, yes. Defensively, I think he's been superb. But he's unleashing Isaac Quaynor and Josh Dacos because he takes the heat away from them. You know the MO for a lot of the defenders that go up against, or the forwards that go up against Dan Houston. They go, do not let him dissect the game with his kicking ability. And okay, do that. Tag Nick Dacos. Give Dan Houston a hard time in his back half. Hello, Isaac Quaynor. Hello, Harry Perryman. Hello, Josh Dacos. That's Quaynor's best game of the year. We did a video analysis on him during the week, showing the signs he was making some really positive steps, returning back to that 2023 form. Some of us may have thought, okay, maybe he won't find that form again. He might transcend that at some point. He also had 5 tackles. For Isaac Quaynor, that is an 8.5 out of 10 game for me. I can't lie. I cannot lie. What are we saying in the chat? Anyone have any qualms with that? No. Brilliant. Okay. So next up, let's go with Billy Frampton. My goodness. The apology form. The apology form is coming out tomorrow on Instagram. Starting with me. I'll be the first one to sign that form. The numbers aren't going to say much. But I'll read them out anyways. 5 intercept possessions. How many touches did he have? He had just 8 possessions. Nothing screams out. You watch his game, though. Effective spoils, 1%ers. Absolutely had the clamps on Nick Larkey all game long. And we know Nick Larkey, who he does not have a bad game, Nick Larkey. In a underwhelming side at the moment, or a young side we'll go with, he always seems to dish out 8, 9 out of 10s week on week. In a team where maybe they don't get so much opportunity going inside 50, Billy Frampton quelled him. And Darcy Moore tried to do that last year, didn't happen. Billy Frampton just did that. Billy Frampton is the form best defender in our team right now. Billy Frampton I don't know what it's going to take, but what does he need to become all-Australian caliber? Maybe maybe the stats need to spring out a little bit more, but he's doing the 1%ers. I said in that video on Instagram the other day, he's second in the league for 1%ers. And I'm going to do an analysis on him this week, and I'm going to show you snippets of what he's done so well this year and directly compare that with what he wasn't doing well last year, because what he wasn't doing well last year, what he wasn't doing well in last year, he's excelling in this year. Tonight, the stats don't matter for Billy Frampton. It's an 8.5 out of 10. Cannot complain. Peter says he's become a rock, Frampton, even without Darcy Moore. Giga Chad says franchise. Love that. What else have we got? Anything else on Billy Goat. Rick says Billy was massive. Apparently, Billy is now known as the franchise. I love that. Yeah, so 8.5 for mine. So we've done Ed Allen, we've done Ned Long, we've done Billy Frampton, we've done Quaynor. Who else do we want? While you guys are figuring out who you want, I'm going to go Beau McCreary. 14 touches, 4 tackles, 3 clearances, 1 goal assist. Man, every touch of his had purpose tonight. Good pressure, good looks going inside 50. Ben Zero says, I need a new punching bag. It used to be Billy Frampton, but we're playing so well, there are no punching bags at the Collingwood Football Club. Yeah, Beau's been superb. He's taking small steps towards where we want him to be. He's and that goes without saying. He's a great player, great role player. I think he will grow out of the role play. He's spending more time in the midfield. You can't catch him in a centre bounce. You can't. He does that so well. I think for Beau, that's an 8 out of 10 for mine. 484 metres gained from 14 touches is a pretty good return, if you ask me. So 8 out of 10. And then we're going to go Harry Perryman. Harry Perryman had 18 touches, 5 tackles, 6 clearances, did a job in the midfield. And what are the advanced stats saying? He had a goal. That goal we all celebrated in that last quarter. What do you have? Pez, where are you, mate? What have you got for me? 4 inside 50s, 5 score involvements, not the greatest there. But once again, for me, the stats just don't highlight the excellence in Harry Perriman's game right now. Versatile. I mean, Fly knew what he was bringing in, and he's just plugging holes wherever he needs to be. He'll be there, and just puts a goal or adds a goal to his name to be the cherry on top tonight. I'll give Pez a 7.5 out of 10. Once again, stats aren't going to be able to. They're not going to be able to substantiate my rating, but if you watch the game, and as most of us do, you'll see why I'm giving him at least a 7.5 out of 10. Is that 5? Have we done 5? Let's leave it at that. I'm really happy with that. Look, we can talk all night about every single player. I think the first half, it was dull. We were a bit too submissive, letting North Melbourne move the ball at will. We made some adjustments in game. You cannot underrate the fact that we made adjustments live and were able to overcome that first half slugfest, if you want to call it that. My 3-2-1, guys, get your 3-2-1 in. We'll do that. My 3-2-1, 3 votes Ned Long, 2 votes Nick Dacos, and the 1 vote, geez, who does that go to? Well, Jack Crisp was good in the second half. Ned Long 3, Nick Dacos 2, and Jamie Elliott 1. Yeah. And you could probably argue, does Jamie Elliott deserve more? 6 shots, 5 goals. You know what I mean? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is the player ratings. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next week. Done. All right. Guys, that is the player ratings and the post-game show. Oh, Mick, you're here. Mick, hold on. Mick Ali.
Hey, pal.
Sorry, mate. I didn't see your name in there before. How you going?
Good, man. Good. Fantastic night, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got gears, mate. Fly said it, mate. We got gears, mate. You got to play 4 quarters to beat us, you know. We lost to Geelong. They played 4 quarters, but every other team, they bring out their best, and then we blow them away. Like even though we had a shit first, 3 quarters, I was never really worried, man. I just saw the way North was playing with that chip style. I'm thinking to myself, they can't sustain this, mate. we've got a burst in us, and it came, and that was probably helped by I was bantering with North supporters, and even they were saying you're going to kill us in the last because we always, they were saying we always fuck up in the last. So having them say that and knowing that we have got a burst in us, regardless of all the players out, it was just very satisfying night watching footy, man.
I think the North fans after that last quarter especially will walk out and say, "Man, we just got beaten by a better team, particularly in that fourth quarter." Obviously,
they gave it their all, And when we stepped up that gear,
they didn't have it.
Mate! It was like a tsunami, mate. We've got some serious depth now, man. That's unbelievable. Like we've got. It's good to see we've seen a lot of players this year, and the majority of them have stepped up. What can I say? Ned Long, man, 14 tackles, mate. You can't tackle the guy. He doesn't even care if he gets tackled. He knows he's going to get out of it. You have to be a monster to successfully tackle this guy. Man, who would have thought at the start of the year? Like, I remember when you did the teams, like for the first game, and Ned Long was in, and all of us were surprised. Yeah, we were thinking, all right, Ned Long. They picked Ned Long, and look at him, mate. He's just an absolute revelation. And all the talk before the game was about Wardlaw. You got to write up in the paper. Everyone's talking about Wardlaw this, Wardlaw that, and Wardlaw started okay, but fuck, mate, Long just by the end of the game. And I was thinking that at the start of the game, I'm thinking it's going to be a great tussle between Wardlaw and Long, but Long took the chocolates, mate. Unbelievable.
Is he just a role player?
What?
Is he just a role player?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Is Ned Long just a role player, or is he more than that now?
Nah, he's way more than that, man. Mate, he's got a lot of dimensions in his game that we're seeing it flourish now. Like he gets fully involved in our chains. He's in there. He can kick a goal, and his distribution by hand it's elite, man. It's elite. That his distribution by hand is elite.
He might just be staying in my super coach team for a little bit longer, Mick.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he scored about 150 or something.
Wow.
Yeah. But look, even with the super coach scores, they're inconsistent, mate. You get fucking hack players getting big scores and everyone's like, what the fuck's going on with Champions data? But with Ned Long, man, he was our second pick in the mid-season draft. He came, we picked Ilaru Smith first before him,
We've done well in that draft, haven't we? With John Noble, Ash Johnson, Ned Long now.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about this, Mick? Peter says Ned Long is Taylor Adam on steroids.
Fucking oath.
Fuck yeah.
Taylor Adams can't touch him, mate. Well, look, I'm trying to not exaggerate. Fuck, man. He had that great game against Sydney a few weeks back. That was when all of us all our ears pricked up after that. It's like, how good is he, man?
Yep.
And now he's just kind of like he's taken another step tonight. And I can't wait to see him up against Jai Newcomb, two tough nuts next week. It's all about Ned Long, but a lot of players. Nick Dacos, like he's had two or three quiet games in a row. We were waiting for for him to bust open a game again. We're like, where's that Nick Pace running around and causing havoc? And it came back tonight.
Yeah.
JB Elliott, two bags of 5 and a bag of 6 this year. That's ridiculous, man. He's fucking 30. How old is he? 32. He's been banged up all his career, and he's coming up with these numbers. That forward line there's a lot of smart players there. You know, Skunk Membry, he had a good game.
He did. No
Checkers
one's mentioned him today. A good point.
Yeah, he was great. Like 3 goals. You know, he just works well. He's experienced. You know, you can just slot him in there. He knows what to do. He's got the craft.
Yeah.
And Elliott's got the craft. But Mychek's, smart. Mychek takes a lot of hits, man.
He's a hard nut, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. McCreary in the centre bounces, man.
He's fast.
I like that.
He's fucking fast.
McCreary in the centre bounces, and he didn't fumble today. Did you notice that?
Not once.
He was taking the ball cleanly for once. I couldn't believe it. I was waiting for him to fumble, and he was just grabbing the ball. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. When you see a centre bounce, yeah, with McCreary, Ned Long, and Nick, it just looks right. That just looks all right. Yeah, we're gonna get this ball out, man.
You know you're gonna be a-okay.
Yeah. With Bruzzy, I don't know if you saw right at the end of the game, he was in conversation and he was talking with Quaynor, and the look on Quaynor's face was like, it doesn't look good, man. I don't know, like.
Yeah.
It looked like Quaynor said something like, "What? It snapped," or something like that. I was trying to lip read, But I hope it's not too bad for Bruzzy. But he comes out depth again, man. What I said before, we've got serious depth, man. Like Maynard's going to come in, Darcy Moore's going to come back in, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we just shift the magnets. We've still got Houston back there. We've still got Josh back there.
Yep.
Quaynor back there. Maynard's going to be out, but we've still got players that can do the job that Maynard can do.
Yep.
So it's really like, I don't know if it's the same with you. I'm getting like comments from all these other supporters saying, oh, Collingwood. I'm keeping the lid on, mate. The lid's on, because there has to be an inevitable kind of like a form slump coming up. I hope it doesn't come, but fuck, man, it's hard to keep smashing everyone all year. But we just got the depth to handle it. Get Allen, man. That's his best game. Best game for the club.
Superb.
Well done, man. Hey, he's going to be good, man. He's going to be good. We just got to be a bit more patient with him. And he looked very comfortable today. Just he got involved. Obviously we want to see him, go in harder, maybe. But he was that last quarter. He was everywhere. I hope he stays in. Like we've got a lot of players coming in, but I hope they don't drop him.
Yeah.
And Will Hayes will get dropped, but mate, he'll be good, man. He'll be okay, Will Hayes. He's only 18, mate. He looks like a 12-year-old. But I saw enough to know this kid's going to be all right. Put him back in the VFL, let him dominate some games, and he'll be by next year. I reckon he'll be up and about. You know.
It'll give him a wealth of confidence tonight. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, like he started off like he got tackled. That's a typical first gamer mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
They get the ball and they think they're clear and that's the difference between VFL and AFL, mate. The time you got on the ball. Yeah, man, very happy, mate. Just 9-2, mate. 9-2. Who would have thought that, man?
We sleep like kings tonight, my friend.
Yeah. 9-2 with the envy. Everyone's, all the other supporters are envying us right now, We're resting players. We're winning every week. We're resting players every week, It's ridiculous. Yeah.
How good.
Very happy. Anything else, mate? I think I've done.
You've touched on all bases there, my friend. As always, we love it.
Yeah, no worries.
Will we see you? Will we
yeah.
see you before you go to Thailand, or you'll be active, won't you?
Yeah, I'm not leaving. I just found out I probably missed the fucking Hawthorn game now, man. Just fucking. I'll probably only get to watch the first quarter or something before I have to get on the plane. So that's all right. Yeah. But yeah.
Brilliant. All right, Mick. I got one more guest that's going to jump on, so we'll keep it rolling. Thanks for jumping on.
No worries, pal. No worries at all. You have a good one, all right?
Yes, mate.
Catch up. Bye.
Matthew. Matthew, you're on mute. Have I muted you, or you're on mute? Yeah, you're on mute. Matthew, you there, brother? Give him a couple more seconds. We'll give him a chance. We'll give him a chance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude the post-game show. Thank you all for joining tonight. Another Pies win. Another positive step in the direction where that ultimately will take us to the flag, hopefully at the end of 2025. And we'll see you guys throughout the course of the week.